Hello and welcome to the 8th in the series of NetPaperLol dev vlogs. In this release I have added the Mythic Passives for the new items for Season 11. In a no-nonsense example, here we have Frost with Force of Nature. With two Force of Natures, we have 120 AP. With one Force of Nature, we're at 95. And we go back and add Force of Nature. So I'm using Force of Nature as the nonsense item because Force of Nature is one of the few tank items that has no cooldown reduction or any offensive stats whatsoever. Moving from Everfrost to Frostfire Gauntlet. Frostfire Gauntlet adds HP since Force of Nature has HP. Switching over to Void Staff, which doesn't have any HP. With Void Staff, we're at 1400. Without Void Staff, we're at 1300. Moving on to Leandra's Anguish and Luden's Tempest. Leandra's Anguish gives ability haste, and so add in again Force of Nature for the lack of cooldown reduction. We are at 1600 for 20 seconds, and with two Force of Natures, we're up to 1750 damage. Comparing it to Luden's Tempest, Luden's Tempest gives magic penetration of 5 magic penetration, and so at least for this setup, Luden's Tempest does less damage. But removing one Force of Nature does even less, and then adding it back, we're back up to 1656. And the last one that I'd like to show is Triforce. So Triforce in particular has attack speed now, and so with two Force of Natures, we're at 1.01, and moving it to 0 Force of Nature, we're at 0.95 attack speed per second. One other addition that has been done is someone pointed out that they would prefer if any or not applicable showed up at the top of the list. I've gone ahead and done that change. Initially my idea was to have not applicable in the middle of the list, which in theory would have allowed you to have about equal scroll up or scroll down, but made a good point, put it at the top of the list, and so I've done so. There are a number of passives additionally that needs to be done, particularly for the new items. So there is still a good bit of overhaul to be done for Season 11, but the Mythic Passives have been added. Thank you and have a good day.